If you're reading Truth Beyond Words and enjoying it as a novel, I only have one thing to tell you. You're my best friend. It's an incredible challenge to spin an entertaining yarn while also transmitting knowledge. Some of the lessons flow with the words. Others require a little more digging. I'm recording these videos to guide readers to the deeper meanings, the truth beyond the words. During the initial sessions, Linda discovers, to her surprise, the extent to which her choices in life have been made to please others. It was an insight with many levels that she continued to learn through this book and the next. Of course, we're all influenced by what others think, particularly people we care about. But here's the key. It's one thing to take other people's opinions into account, but it's totally different to do so robotically. Many people who are outwardly successful have followed a path predetermined by others. All too often, I've seen in my practice clients who have reached their destination, looked back, and asked, "Is this really what I worked so hard for?" You might think of the book as a wake-up call. In a way, it's a guide to living in awareness by challenging unconscious word choices. It's the job of Bill, the psychologist, to remove the underpinnings of Linda's unhappy life. From early childhood, we're programmed to think in certain ways and believe in things that are socially acceptable. If that works for you, fine. If you want more from life, jump into the unknown as Linda did. This book was written on multiple levels. I'm going to read a passage that sounds titillating. It is, and yet there's much more to be learned from it. When I didn't respond immediately, she pressed her advantage. As a matter of fact, I did something that's going to make you proud. You remember how I decided not to be so concerned about how others think of me? I nodded while imagining storm clouds gathering overhead. I had just stepped out of the shower yesterday when I heard the doorbell ring. I looked out the window and saw a UPS truck. I was feeling naughty and decided to open the door with nothing more than my bath towel wrapped around me. When the driver asked me to sign, the towel just happened to slip off. Ordinarily, I would have been horrified. This time I just acted like nothing had happened as I stood before him, au naturel. You just should have seen the driver's face. His jaw literally dropped, and I thought he might faint. I knew that I needed to put a stop to this, but it was like being paralyzed while watching a cobra preparing to strike. I asked him if he was okay and invited him in for a drink of water. I told him there was no need to be uncomfortable because I wasn't ashamed of my body. I even turned around and shook my white bunny tail, she giggled. As psychologists, our job is to look beyond the surface. To begin with, Linda was feeding the building transference as a means of avoiding her deeper issues, as I will explain in future segments. Additionally, she was feeling vulnerable and attempting to gain control of the therapeutic relationship. Most importantly, she was declaring her freedom from societal constraints and saying to the world, "Look at me, I refuse to be limited by what you might think."